Hello and welcome to How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. Throughout this video I will show you how you can easily subscribe to CRL database, page and system events in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. Unlike business and integration events, which must be programmed, Microsoft Dynamics NAV trigger events are predefined events. Database trigger events are raised by the system when it performs database table operations such as deleting, inserting, modifying, or renaming records. Page events are closely associated with the page triggers, and system events are events that allow customization of Code Unit 1 methods. Let's look at the steps we will go through in this video. We will create a code unit for subscribers, and there we will first subscribe to a system event, and that is an event raised in Code Unit 1. Next, we will show how you can easily customize database operations without changing core application code by subscribing to a database event. And finally, we will subscribe to a page event. I have created a new code unit for my subscribers, and there I have created 3 functions. My first subscriber is called Show Demo Indicator on After Get System Indicator, and is system event raised by Code Unit 1 that I will use to change system indicator for my demo company. The event property of the function tells us this is a subscriber. The event publisher object property tells us what object raises the event we are subscribing to. In this case, it's Code Unit 1, which makes this a system event. In event function property, we can select from the events raised by Code Unit 1. In this case, it is on After Get System Indicator event. I have added a simple code to change system indicator when opening my demo company. The next function is called Remove User Setup on After Delete and is subscribing to a database trigger event. Again, we are defining this as a subscriber using the event property. Event Publisher Object property defines what object publishes the event we are subscribing to, in this case table user, which makes this a database event. In Event Function property, we can select the database operation event we want to subscribe to, in this case on After Delete event. Here I have added a code that deletes user setup records for users that are removed from the application. The last subscriber is a page event subscriber subscribing to the customer card page and on before validate event of the email field on the page. This function is a subscriber that subscribes to a customer card page event and specifically on before validate event of the email field on the card. This function will, using .NET libraries, verify that the value entered in the email field of the customer card is in valid email address format. So now let's start the client. And the system indicator has been changed to indicate this as my demo company. Now let's first look at the list of users in my database. And here I have 2 users. Now let's look at the user setup. And here I have 2 records, one for each user in my database. Now if I go back to the user list and delete one of the users, checking the user setup again shows that the user setup record has been removed when the user was removed. And finally, let's open the customer card. and modify the value of the email field to something that is an invalid email address format. And the error is shown. Let's revisit the steps that we have performed in this video. First, we showed how to subscribe to a system event by creating a subscriber function subscribing to a Code Unit 1 event. Next, we subscribed to a table event raised for specific table operation we selected. And finally, we subscribed to an event raised on a selected page. For more information about Dynamics NAV 2016 events, please visit What's New in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016 site. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in another episode of How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016.